Brooklyn's historic The Black Lady Theater is now taking bookings. Host your next birthday party, concert, networking event, baby or bridal shower, wedding, art show, gala, corporate event, live stage play, audition, and so much more. At the one and only The Black Lady Theater. Mention code GODCAST for 15% off your rental fee. Code good for the first time customers only. Valid for a limited time. Call 718-771-0900 to book your event today.
Peace. Today's Friday, June 7th, making today's math.
God.
That's right. God is the supreme being, the all-eye-seeing. God is you. Peace. Welcome back to the Yanadameen Godcast. I'm Lord Jamar.
I'm Digga.
Oh, we got Team Yanadameen. We got the motherfucking live audience in the house.
We got a live audience in the house.
I can't front. I love the feeling, the interaction of the crowd. And
yes.
It's just it's a new, I like it. It's going to expand even more.
Jamar being nice for company.
Huh?
I said you being nice for company.
Am I? That won't last long. Shout out to YouTube Live in the house. We got my man Truly Zambian holding it down. He's one of our day oneers. We back doing what we do.
That's right.
So we had a few things that we wanted to talk about, but then while we were in break, certain things kind of popped up on the table that we felt like we needed to talk about here on the Godcast. So, one of our Godcast regulars, my man Truly Zambian, who's actually over in London. Okay, so he's joining us on YouTube Live right now, but he's over in London. I don't even know what time it is over there.
Shouts out to Truly Zambian.
It's probably late as a motherfucker, but he's, Yeah, it's probably tomorrow or some shit over there. But he's fucking around with us right now. So we appreciate him being here. Mm-hmm. And he brought to my attention a story about an American pastor. What's this fucker's name?
Robert Baldwin.
Robert Baldwin. Sounds like a motherfucking some white author, written by Robert Baldwin. Or one of the Baldwin brothers. Hey, is it one of the Baldwin brothers? No, hopefully not. But anyway, Robert Baldwin is a pastor out in Uganda, and he was apparently giving industrial bleach to his parishioners and telling them it was a malaria/HIV cure.
That's crazy.
What in the Jim Jones fuck is going on? Like, that's crazy. That's some Jim Jones shit.
That's crazy.
That's drink the Kool-Aid shit.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Why does a religious white man have this kind of power, in the so-called motherland in 2019? Like a lot of us here, I see some of people in our audience pulling out books, on Africa and knowledge and all kind of, but it seems like the place that we look at as the root, a lot of times you find some of the most blindness. You'll find a lot of blindness. Like when I went to Nigeria, I remember there was this little kid and like, he's calling himself by his Christian name. And I'm like, why are you doing that? Like, you have an African name. You should be calling yourself by your African name. And he's, no, you know, he want to be like Michael or some shit like that. You know what I mean? And it's just like the mental poisoning, man. And which leads to a physical poisoning. It's crazy. And for it to be so strong and what we feel is the motherland is like...
That's crazy.
It's like the ultimate irony almost. Like
But I feel like church and places of worship is something that's heavily celebrated in you know, within, like, deeply rooted within black people, period. Like,
because we're spiritual. And they take advantage of that. We're spiritual people. And we're able to, you know, we know the truth that exists in here. See, that's why they'll mix truth with falsehood. You see what I'm saying? And that's where it gets blurry. And if you're not educated properly, you know, our intuition will tune into the truthful side of it. And you'll feel
we want like, the word.
Yeah, you'll feel the realness in it, but then when they exploit it, you know,
right before that collection plate start going
twist
around.
It and bounce it, or you know, when they take from it if they like, you know, because I don't know. Did we talk about the slave Bible before? I don't know. Well, there's something called the Slave's Bible. If you look it up, we'll show a picture of it. And basically this was the Bible that they gave during slavery. They took out the whole Old Testament and certain books in the New Testament. Basically any, like Exodus, anything that had to do with, you know, rebelling and, you know, and keeping all chapters that said, you know, you should obey your master and stuff like that. So I think the Bible has, you know, this is an approximation, let's say 1100 to 1800 books in it, chapters or whatever the case may be. This was whittled down to about 200. Yes. Okay? Just to let you know what kind of redaction was done to this Bible that, you know, but we loved it. You know, we took what truth was still left in, what little truth was still left in there, and we took it to heart as black people, and we fucking sung our hymns and prayed to that fucking, you know, to that white Jesus and all of that. And it's still going on today.
Funny you should mention that. Total sidebar. My last tour overseas, I visited the Pantheon. The Pantheon in Rome actually has a picture of Jesus in there as black.
Because and that's what's so ironic.
And this was 2,000 years ago.
Because when you go to, especially European places, and their original depiction of Jesus and Mary, it's black. Because they know the science. You know what I mean?
Shouts out to the homie Tommaso in Italy. He's a faithful watcher of the Godcast.
Now this leads me to something that I just saw. Who was bringing this up? This was like a quote or something I just saw on IG. And
one of these days we're gonna come in here with like our notes and our cue cards and
listen. And sometimes you got mental notes.
That's right.
So I saw something that said, you know, most people say that history is written by the victors, right? But that's not always true. Because if you lost, you could try to rewrite the shit to make it seem like you won.
That's right.
You see? So we can't always feel like, oh, the victors are, no. You got sometimes losers or people that felt like losers that's now trying to flip it. Like I was worshiping a black Jesus and Mary. Now you gonna worship a white Jesus and Mary. You know what I mean? On some hater shit, like on some, you know, on some xenophobia shit.
He running with it.
I learned a new word
He
today.
liked that word.
That's the word of the day. We haven't done that in a while.
We haven't done the word of the day.
Remember the word of the day? Hey,
Our last word of the day is still going strong.
well, hey.
Subjective.
Well, xenophobia, I think, is a new one, and we're going to put up the definition of xenophobia. Hopefully you're right. I haven't even...
I'm rarely wrong. You know, a couple memory lapses here and
There's
there.
going to be some sort of cut-in right there. I don't know what it is.
No.
But when she says I'm rarely wrong...
I may have some memory lapses.
You're going to come to me and I'm just going to be like...
I may have some memory lapses every now and again, but usually when it's a showdown,
Alrighty then.
I'm usually always right.
All right, well, listen. When I heard the story, I'm like, where did y'all hear this? Like, why isn't this some shit that's front page news? Like, white pastor out here poisoning African, congregation. Like, why wasn't that on ABC World News tonight?
News.
Was it? Maybe I missed it. But I'd be watching that type of shit.
I watch it
that comes
daily.
on right before
Jeopardy.
Okay.
That's right.
Which is gonna, which actually segues us into our next topic, which was our boy Alex Trebek. Okay. Now, for some reason, they think we hate white people around here, but we don't, okay?
No, they don't think I do. They think you do.
Okay, well, they think I hate white people, but I don't. Alex Trebek, until he shows me otherwise, is my fucking guy, okay? I fuck with Alex Trebek. That's my fucking guy.
Until that pillow talk tape gets released.
Until the racist fucking tape
recording
of him rapping about, when his black girlfriend dumped him comes out. Then I might have issue with him. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Right now, Alex has done nothing wrong, and
Alex is invited to the cookout.
Alex can come to the cookout. Who is Alex Trebek? Yeah, that's the answer. Who could come to the Who's a white dude that could come to Rah's cookout? Who is Alex Trebek? That's the answer.
Alex Trebek can come to the cookout.
Nah, there's a few white people that can come to my shit. Are you kidding me? You white people, you're welcome. Don't bring the swine, though. Don't bring the swine. Leave the swine at home. Then you're not invited. Anyway, so Alex Trebek apparently has, what kind of cancer does he have?
Stage 4 pancreatic.
Stage 4 pancreatic, but apparently his shit is going down.
And there's actually a 5% survival rate of pancreatic, so.
But let me tell you, and what they say, his tumors are shrinking. I believe that doing what you love and just happiness is the best medicine. Isn't it so funny that right when this dude got cancer, it's almost like he was delivered this fucking Jeopardy whiz. Like this gotta make him happy in so many different ways. Like financially, fucking just as someone who's a Jeopardy, because I know he loves the game. He's a smart motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
He be knowing some of this shit. Just as a brainiac, nerd type of nigga, it's intriguing for him to just watch
Excited
this dude
to
work
watch.
every fucking night. He gets to fucking be the one to deliver the fucking questions and watch this nigga do his fucking thing. And now as far as his show, come on now, tune in tomorrow and see if, this is a godsend for him. This is so, I feel like all of that is helping to cure this motherfucker, is what I'm saying.
And he probably got some of the best CBD, delectable He probably at home smoking like
all of that.
chemo my ass. Shit.
Fuck CBD. He need to be raw dog THC,
Right.
oiling it up. You know what I mean?
Right.
And he just might be. You know what I mean? Because if he's fucking with any of those treatments that they give you, you know what I mean? Apparently that shit make you nauseous and all this
And
type
I
of
do
shit.
believe, my dad passed away from pancreatic, so I know what the chemo side of it does. Like, that just takes you all the way out. I believe in the power of prayer, and I feel like the entire world was like praying for, is like rooting for him to
prayer, meditation, positive energy, whatever you want to call it.
Who can do what Alex does for that show? Like, I can't even imagine
A different host, right?
yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like, I can't even imagine, him being gone and us being forced to like watch another host. Like, I can't even see it.
But make no mistake about it. See, this is when you get into business, and
I'm sure they got the next one lined up just in case.
Because this is almost a leeway into some other stuff that we wanted to talk about originally. When you now deal with business, you see what I'm saying? Like, the sentimental, humane thing to do is when, because was there ever another host of Jeopardy?
No.
He's only been the only host. So the sentimental, almost right thing to do is when he's out, show's over. We shutting this bitch down. We've made all the money we can make off this motherfucker, and time to go home, y'all. But that's not necessarily how business works.
Yeah.
How franchises
gotta go
work. And so you must believe when he goes, like, they already got a nigga that they're grooming right now.
Right.
They're doing episodes with this nigga somewhere in a fucking warehouse somewhere that nobody knows about. Testing him out, getting him acclimated to this Jeopardy shit so that he could step right in when the nigga leaves. You know what I mean? And that's...
I mean, that would be smart business-wise.
But it's also the ruthlessness of business.
But it's like...
You see? And let's just say that move takes away from the... part of the magic, part of the purity...
Right.
...of what we have come to know Jeopardy for.
But that's why I say,
And
like, who else could we? I couldn't even imagine watching it. I probably wouldn't even want to watch it if it was another host.
It depends. I really would have to give it. I'd give it a try, and see how they did.
Just cause we're knowledge junkies, of course.
Right. Shit.
Be cool if they got somebody black.
Had the idea.
If they got somebody black, that'd be cute.
But it has to be believable, like you have to really feel like, he could be the host of Jeopardy. Because it'd be seeming like
I could be the host of Jeopardy. I'm just putting it out there. I could be the host of Jeopardy. Come on, y'all. Energy, we need energy. Rah Digga. Oh wait, that sounds terrible. Actually, that sounds terrible. Me wishing. That almost sounds like me wishing.
Like you campaigning for this man to go.
And
Rah Digga to step on in.
Yeah, no, I'm not putting that energy out there at all.
That'd be good business though. That'd be good business, right?
I mean, he getting what, 10 million an episode?
Is that what the fuck he getting?
No, not per episode, per year. He makes
10 million a year.
He gets 10 million a year.
To just read off a card.
Maybe 12 now.
In Bible times, this was called, what is? Come on, Ezekiel's wheel, you know that.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry, I was reading the comments.
I didn't even give a full clue. I just wanted to see if you was telepathy with me like that.
No, I was reading the comments, I'm sorry.
Okay,
I wasn't. I was watching all the people in the comments say how they would watch Jeopardy if I was hosting.
Okay.
I love y'all.
They'd watch it if I was hosting too.
But you don't wear dresses like me. Look, you got that.
She likes that shit. So listen, I was talking about earlier about, the purity of business and all of that. And we were talking about how, when money gets involved and, and just how outside influences, society, racism, all of that can affect people's art of what they do. And like, how could you really keep something pure in this day and age? You know what I mean? Like, but yet make it something that people can earn a living off of. You see?
Right.
Like, how do we keep the Godcast pure? Or let's just say a new kind of music comes in, like rap came in. We as black people give this shit away. Like, all right, y'all can have this, white people. We got a new fucking music. It's called whatever the fuck we call it. You dig? How do we protect that? How do we not follow the shit of the past where the white people with money come in and swoop down and usurp it and use it for their own gains? Like, is there a way that we as black people, and especially the ones with money, these so-called millionaires, and some of us are going towards billionaire status, yes?
Some of us are already there.
Some of us are already there.
Well, not us, because I ain't nowhere near it, but, some black folks. We got some billionaires out there.
I feel like, and it's not even like you're trying to say, oh, you got your hand out, but what can we do? What can we do to keep it pure? Huh, people?
That's actually an audience. Anybody in the audience?
Do we have any?
You gotta embrace the youth.
Embrace the youth. Yeah. But the point that he made is a good point, because he's saying, like, for one, keep it the best way to keep it pure and keep it niche and our own is to continuously teach, keep that connection with the next generation. So even if,
Right, but if the next generation is constantly being exploited, is constantly being dangled that carrot in front of them, you see, like, we need some other carrot danglers with righteous intentions. You see, that wanna keep it pure, but still wanna help take these people out of a certain financial situation that they might be in, because that's what the record companies are doing. That's what people, why you fuck with these people? They're helping me get out of a certain situation and allowing me to do my art. Now, these days, art is very subjective as to what is art. It's not as clear cut as it used to be, but at the end of the day, they're helping to change these people's lives. But now, a price comes with that. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, we got to start doing for self to where we offer the opportunities to our people. We retain our own natural resources. Because what they're doing basically is exploiting our natural resources.
I do think that would be, difficult, especially like in this country, because everything that most people value is money. Like, even if so, like, even say like we have our own and it's pure and it's niche, like, people are always gonna look at something else, somebody else that has more, and think that they're not successful. Like, no, that's success. Like, at some point we have to stop measuring success by like how much money someone has, and start like realizing that no, the value of something is keeping it pure and not letting it get watered down. Now that, to me, that's something that's psychological, and I don't know. I mean, as long as we're in a place where,
Yeah, what in the?
I'm sorry, there's like some crazy noise going on out there. Like I don't think, you know, I don't think we're in a place that we're ever gonna look at ourselves and be like, what we have is enough. Like we're gonna be content with what we have. Like we're always gonna look at somebody else like they're doing more. They're doing, you know, outside people like they're doing better than us. And most of the time, you know, that may very well be the case. And part of what sparked this conversation, we were talking about DJing.
We got 5 minutes left.
We do? Oh, wow. So make it quick. So we were talking about DJing, and I was talking about how somebody like a Calvin Harris is considered like one of the greatest DJs right now. He's probably bringing home anywhere between
600,000 a night,
15, 20 million a year from DJing. But meanwhile, we look at somebody like a Kool Herc and see him struggling. And it's like, as long as the Calvin Harrises of the world exist, people will look at a Kool Herc as a failure. So how do we, you know, like uplift our own to a point where we can look at a Calvin Harris and ignore him? Like, okay, white people going white people. You know what I mean? Like, that's not considered successful to me. What's considered successful is this OG that pioneered hip hop. I said, if Kool G Herc Kool G Herc, Lord, Marco, that was
put
so
all
cool.
your loved ones into one. Kool G Herc.
Right,
okay.
my favorite DJ, my favorite rappers. Okay, so if Kool Herc booked a party right now in the Bronx in a venue that held 1,000 people, will 1,000 people show up for that man? You know?
No.
Exactly. And this is the stuff that I say we have the power to control. We don't have the power to control white people or other races leeching off us or whitewashing our shit and making it their shit and blowing up off it. Fine, whatever are in your annals of history, whoever y'all call the greatest, cool. Until we start building up our own in the physical forms that we can do, that we have the power to do, like show up for these, you know, for our OGs and stuff, like, we're always going to be in this fucked up predicament. And that's not going to change being mad at them over there for doing what they do. It starts here.
All right, well, shit.
Oh, hey.
We're going to have to go.
30 seconds.
On that note, we love y'all. Shit, for the Yanadameen Godcast, I'm Lord Jamar.
I'm Digga.
Peace.
Oh, peace. I keep doing this.